What's up, you guys? Welcome back. In this video, we're gonna get that scooter dialed right in. We're gonna get it running mint. We're gonna get the whole CVT side of things figured out, and we're probably gonna see how fast that thing will go. Kind of nervous. I gotta bust out my elbow pads. If I hit the beans going 100 kilometers an hour, that's gonna hurt. Let's chuck the GoPro on our head and let's go for a rip. All right, you guys, let's get right back into tuning this thing. Switched out the 2000 RPM spring. I put a 1500 RPM spring in there, a little bit softer. We're gonna try a bunch of different things. All my roller weights are 5.5 grams each, so that'll probably be too light. My pilot jet was a 48, and then my main jet was a 142, I think. Yeah, my main jet was a 142. You guys commented on my last video and said that I need to go much richer. So now my pilot jet is a 55 and my main jet is a 170. I had it idling for like a good 20 minutes. So my temperature got up to like 216 and never went over. And my mixture screw, I just screwed it all the way in and then 1.5 turns out, and that's just where it's sitting right now. So obviously we need to do some adjusting to it. Let's start this thing and take it for a rip and make sure everything's good. Should fire right up, she's warm. Ah, yeah, no problem. I like how loud this thing is, but at the same time I don't like it because it's very loud. A bit. Also, I have a new belt. I have ordered 3 new belts actually. Jesus Christ, dude. Might be a little rich. I'm just gonna adjust my mixture a bit. We'll go a little bit leaner. Just by a little bit. So it's a little boggy in the middle there and at the start. My needle clip is still halfway up the needle. It's a little boggy. Yeah, it's definitely boggy. Alright, we got the cheat sheet out here. So actually I leaned it a little bit. I'm gonna go richer and we'll see how it acts. You know, things are kind of confusing sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're figuring it.
I don't know what any of this shit is and I'm fucking scared.
So this is where it was. We'll go like a quarter turn richer, because it seems like when I went leaner, I didn't really like it. Maybe we'll go even richer. I should technically pull the spark plug and read the spark plug, but we'll get there. Go a whole half turn richer. Give her a little bit of idle here. Maybe I gotta go freaking leaner. No, man, we're just doing it. So that we're stopped. Do turn and a half. Turn some idle back down. Let's try that. right now with how it is, it doesn't want to idle down right away. So, what does that mean, man? These things are so hard to like understand. It says, when riding away, poor acceleration means it's lean. And then it says underneath it, when riding away, engine runs erratic, it's rich. So, it's rich?
Annual.
Damn, dude, these are freaking hard to understand here. Let's pull the plug. Let's take a look at the plug. Pulled the spark plug out. It's definitely black. I think our pilot jet's a little rich. Leave the main jet because it seems like when it gets past quarter to half throttle, it freaking takes off. So we'll just lean up my pilot jet, maybe 2 sizes. We're figuring it out. All right, we went from a 55 pilot jet down to a 52 pilot jet. I set the idle mixture screw back to like stock. So turned it all the way in and then a turn and a half out. See how it acts here. It almost doesn't sound as snappy as it was. Maybe. Sounds pretty good though. Oh, it's way better already. Alright. So pilot jet was just a little rich. Speedometer like right now. Still bogs a bit. Could lean it out a little bit more. We're definitely getting a little closer. Temperature is 236. Belt doesn't seem to be slipping, like there's no wear on it. That's good news. We're not flipping belts. If it was lean before, I'm noticing a lot less smoke out of the exhaust, which if it's richer now, so you'd think it'd be a lot more smoke. But you know, I don't know. God, this bell housing, it gets freaking toasty, man. It gets toasty. All right, I'm trying to go on the lean side a little bit here. So we changed the pilot jet to a 50 instead of a 52, and the main jet we went to a 160. I'm assuming we'll still have to go a little leaner, back to the 48 maybe on the pilot jet. Because ever since I jumped from these numbers to these numbers, it just runs like crap. So far it takes off pretty good. It is getting better. So it was really rich before. Let's lean it up a half a turn here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! This thing hauls, man. Trust me, don't look at this, I'm not speeding. Holy crap. Oh! That speedometer's right pegged. Oh my god. I have a package at my door. It's definitely liking the leaner side of things. You guys got to remember too, you know, I had it at 48 and a 142 and it seemed to really like it. And then you guys commented and said, that's way too lean, start at a 55 and a 170. As soon as I went to 55 and a 170, it just fell right on its face. It barely moved. You gotta remember that elevation comes into play too. I don't know where you guys are from but I think the elevation for where I am is like 800 meters, I think, above sea level. So we tried a 52 and we tried a 52 and then the 170, and it still didn't get any better. Now we're trying a 50 and a 160, and if it's still looking a little rich, we could go back to a 48. It seemed to like the 48. I don't know if I'd go back to a 142, because when we had the 142 in there, we weren't able to go like wide open. So we'll stick with the 160, but let's pull the plug and see what we're looking at. So upon further inspection, my cooling shroud, the screw vibrated loose. So I need to put a new one of those in, but everything else looks good. So I pulled the plug out. It still looks almost rich. So I'll clean this off. We'll see if we can tune it down with the idle mixture screw. If not, we might have to go to, right now Pilot Jet's a 50. You might have to go to a 48 and then tune from there. To me that looks rich. It's not gold. It's starting to get gold. Alright, I decided to not change my jets. I'm just gonna play around with the mixture screw. We'll see if we can get it close. It does wheelies. This guy wants to race. Oh, that wind! Yeah, it's a two-stroke, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty zippy. Alright. Hey, take it easy. I love this thing. Man, this thing is so sick. It rips, dude. Kind of got a little speed wobble up top there. I'm kind of scared to go any faster than that. I don't know how fast that was.
People on the balcony watching you.
Are they? Alright, so reviewing the footage of when I was ripping on that side street. I don't know how accurate the GPS is on my GoPro, but I did have it on. And it said I went 83 kilometers an hour, which compared to similar builds out there, that's not very fast. Like there's some guys that have gotten up to like 140 or a little bit over kilometers an hour, not miles per hour. It was windy as hell out. And it's got a little bit of a speed wobble up top, which I was kind of scared to go any faster than I did. I want to actually, like, on a nice day, like, get all suited and booted and see how fast it'll go, because, like, even when I let off, it was still climbing fast. Like, it was still accelerating hard. So I just chickened out. Freaking, I chicken wrist it, or whatever you want to call it. Just like chicken footing, you know? How it's tuned right now, I really do like it. Like you could always play around with, you know, bunch of different stuff, the weights and all that stuff. But as of right now, like the torque spring, it's a 1500 RPM spring. So it's that medium spring. The clutch springs, those are white. They're 1500 RPMs. So those are both the same. And then the rollers, so I have all 6 rollers are 5.5 grams. So I still might tinker around with those and maybe get a little bit more acceleration off the line, but like it accelerates nice and smooth. You can like daily it almost. Like it's pretty sick. I'm really impressed. And so right now the pilot jet is a 50, the main jet is a 60, and it's close enough where I can, just by the adjustment screw, I can get it dialed in. So I think that's pretty close. Like, I like how it's tuned right now. I'd want to get some, like, take it as fast as I can until it starts falling over. Not literally the engine side of things, but like it stays fairly cool. Like, after that rip, it was at like 310 Fahrenheit, I think, around there, somewhere around there. Freaking rips, and like, I could go probably 50 kilometers an hour and still lift the front end up easily. I'm a chicken. It scares the freaking bejeebers out of me. Because this thing doesn't weigh much. It's like sitting on a bar stool going 80 kilometers an hour. So I know it'll go way faster than 83 is what it said I went. It's just sketchy. I'll grow some kahunas and I'll take her faster, but that's for a next video. But I think it's dialed in. Like, it rips throughout the whole RPM range. So if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, what are you doing? You gotta subscribe, because do you know how sweet it would be if I could make money off of these videos and put out more content and make more cool stuff? You know how cool that would be? But no, this is all just comes out of my own pocket, which is expensive. So it's the least you could do is like give me a thumbs up, write a comment. You know, I took your guys' comments into consideration, which I tried the bigger jets, and it, you know, it must be just the elevation or where I'm at or the temperature outside or whatever, but I tried it and, you know, it was a good learning experience. You know, when you guys said that, I was like, am I running this thing way too lean? But, you know, judging by the plug and all that stuff, like, it's pretty happy. I still, you know, it's good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it ain't upgraded, you gotta upgrade everything. See you guys in the next video.